When the subcompact 2022 Toyota Corolla Cross first arrived in our fleet, we were taken by its handsome exterior design, purposeful interior layout, and spacious trunk. As the Corolla Cross is the brand's smallest SUV, we still had some reservations as to whether or not it would be large enough to support an active lifestyle. But in the first 2 months of our Corolla Cross tenure, it's held its own as an amiable people mover and cargo hauler. We've also discovered some shortcomings after a few thousand miles of familiarization in Toyota's smallest crossover. Outdoors enthusiasts will love the Corolla Cross spaciousness. As a hiking support vehicle, the large trunk has more than enough space for the gear of 5 people. So far, our car's rubber floor mats have proven to be worth the investment, too. They're supremely easy to clean and have kept the interior looking factory fresh after numerous excursions to Angeles Crest National Forest. The pockets on either side of the trunk's bottom panel are great for stashing water bottles or any other loose gear. The Corolla Cross is fun to drive on the way up to the trailhead, as well. Modern vehicles tend to be fairly heavy, but Toyota managed to keep its smallest crossover's curb weight down to a mere 3,101 pounds. That pays off on a curvy road, like the ones that lead up to some of our favorite hiking spots in the Southern California region. Our Corolla Cross lacks all-wheel drive, but its 8.1 inches of ground clearance is great for steep driveways and varied trails. Fully laden with adults and their gear, the Corolla Cross didn't feel encumbered as we climbed up about a mile of elevation into the mountains. When the SUV first arrived, we worried the CVT would be a nuisance, but the transmission doesn't drone or buzz too much and does a great job of keeping the 169 horsepower engine at peak power output. On back roads, the Corolla Cross holds its own when called upon for relatively spirited driving. On the famously curvy roads of Angeles Crest Highway, we noticed that steering from the electrically assisted setup is remarkably good for the class, with great on-center feel and nice weighting in the turns. It isn't too heavy for tight maneuvering in parking lots, either. The one area we'd like to see improvement in is braking. With 61% of its mass up front, the Corolla Cross noticeably pitches forward during more immediate stops, and the slim, fuel economy friendly, all-season tires don't have the grip to haul the little SUV down from speed with as much confidence as we'd like. The suspension is tuned on the compliant side but maintains good body control on freeway ramps and tight roads. Passengers riding in the back seats have reported good legroom and a smooth ride. Well, mostly smooth. Our front-drive 2022 Corolla Cross has a torsion beam suspension in the back, and if we're not extra careful driving over speed bumps or big drainage dips, there's a chance we'll hear, and feel, a big bang from the rear. Despite Southern California's reputation for great weather, we've had an unusually rainy winter. The Corolla Cross coped well with days of downpour. Although we don't love its all-season tires in the dry, aside from the fuel economy savings they seem to return, they do a great job of channeling water in the wet. We appreciated having full confidence in the unseasonably poor conditions. An early point of frustration is the lack of a dedicated navigation system. Despite including a map button on the infotainment screen, Toyota doesn't offer any sort of built-in navigation software on any version of the 2022 Corolla Cross. This isn't readily apparent from the error messages displayed on the 8.0-inch touchscreen. If you hit the map button, an alert pops up that reads, "The navigation app is not installed." Please check the Toyota website for compatible applications. Normally, owners would be able to install navigation on their car via the Toyota mobile app. We reached out to Toyota to see if the automaker could remotely enable the navigation application for us, but we were informed by a representative that despite our Corolla Cross map button, the feature is not available for the 2022 model year. After our experience, we think it would be better if the warning simply indicated that navigation isn't included or, better yet, the map button was blanked out. Until we test a 2023 Corolla Cross with navigation, we'll have to stick with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.